Welcome to Health Matters on Channels Television, and thank you for joining us. I am Mary Alale Yusuf. By Friday, January the 28th, more than 370 million confirmed cases of COVID-19 were on global records, with a death toll of over 5.6 million. In Nigeria, there were more than 252,000 confirmed cases, and deaths are 3,134. The global vaccination count is almost 10 billion, and in Nigeria, 13% of those 18 and above have got a first dose, while 4.8% are fully vaccinated. Going on to the topic of the day, stress is a feeling of emotional or physical tension. In small amounts, for a short time span, it can be a positive sensation, helping one to avoid danger or meet deadlines. In large doses and for prolonged periods, it becomes dangerous to the bearer. My guest is Chief Consultant Psychiatrist at the Federal Neuropsychiatric Hospital, Aro, in Abeokuta, Ogun State, Dr. Aino Oyekanmi. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Mary.
How do you know when stress levels have gone beyond what they should be?
Okay, just like you said, stress is a good thing. It only becomes abnormal, or it only becomes a danger when it occurs too frequently, or it stays in the body for too long. Because when somebody is in a stress mode, some chemicals are released to gear up that body to be able to confront that danger at that time. So after the confrontation and the danger is over, it could be physical danger, it could be psychological danger, or a threat. You know, anything that somebody perceives as a threat to his well-being, to his or her balance, you know, the stress reaction is going to be invoked. So what happens, you know, after the confrontation and the threat is over, the body should return to normal. Now, when the body is in a stressful position, it's like you have revved up the body. The muscles are tense, the blood pressure would go up, the pulse rate would go up. You have sharp focus so that you can focus on that object of threat. So when stress becomes too much, you now begin to feel these symptoms. So, and apart from that too, it can also damage any other organ in the body. It can damage virtually all organs in the body.
Stress can damage organs.
Yes, so that's why we say stress is a proxy killer. So when you begin to feel recurrent muscle aches, headache today, you take anti-malaria today, you take anti-malaria next month, backache that is unrelenting. Maybe there's a change in your appetite, there's a change in your sleep pattern. It could be that you're not sleeping well again. It could be that you are oversleeping, and then your appetite could too. It could be that you don't feel like eating. You are even overeating, because sometimes when some people are under stress, they go into what we call comfort eating. Yes. You know, and then sometimes too, when some people are under stress, they'll be adding weight, and people around might not know. And if they say, I'm stressed, they say, you are adding weight. Now, it might be because they are overeating. And then, you know, that's one of the stress hormones, cortisol. It might make you fat. And then it has a predilection to even make your fat settle in your abdomen. So by the time people start having big belly, it's not a sign of a sign of health. So when you have headache, any change in your pattern, and then you cannot concentrate, you are not as productive as you used to be. Maybe a task that you should finish in 1 hour, you are making mistakes, you are doing and overdoing it again. You know, you are not yourself. So all those things, all those symptoms, and then, you know, most of the time, these symptoms are really non-specific. So a lot of times, people might think, oh, I have malaria, I have this. Some people say, oh, they have typhoid. Some people say they have malaria. They're always treating this. So when you have recurrent symptoms like pain, headache, you're not sleeping well, your appetite pattern has changed, you are not concentrating, you are forgetful, you are irritable, you are sad, you know, all those negative emotions, and they persist, then most likely your stress level has become toxic.
And we can actually make this connection ourselves?
Yes, yes. But, you know, a lot of times when it comes to health matters, a lot of people are not literate. So they might not be able to interpret those messages correctly. Like I said, imagine you having recurrent body pain, and you are treating malaria, you are treating this, you're always taking something, painkillers, and it's not going.
And for some
you
people,
should sit.
Diarrhea.
Yes, it could lead to anything. You know, I said that stress is a proxy killer. It could affect virtually any organ system in the body.
When you say affect,
yes,
you're talking about complications of stress, right? If it has stayed too long.
Yes.
Do you mean damage?
Yes, yes. Stress can actually damage any organ system. And then, you know, it starts gradually. And then even before it now shows, for example, stress is a major factor in coronary heart disease. Okay. In fact, some studies were done, and they discovered that people who were always under stress had a higher risk of developing coronary heart disease. But this coronary heart disease would not just start in a day. So it's a process. But before then, the person would have been experiencing all the symptoms that I have mentioned, all these non-specific symptoms of toxic stress. But unfortunately, a lot of people don't pay attention, and they might even misinterpret those things. So the message is that if you're feeling something and it's recurrent and you have taken this, you have to go and see your doctor. So when you talk to your doctor might be able to decipher why you are feeling these things. And your doctor will just tell you, madam, go and manage your stress. Maybe your stress level is just too much.
Okay. You have said, go and manage your stress.
Yes.
How does a person manage stress?
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. You see, we all hear stress every day. It's like a cliche, you know, I'm stressed, this and this. Now, I just want to simplify it. I don't want to sound academic, you know. So I want to use that stress itself as a word so that people would remember. So let us use S. S is sort. Sort out your life. Now, it might sound simple that, oh, I know why I'm stressed. Sometimes, a lot of times, people might not even really know why they are stressed, because you have to be objective. Don't be subjective, because you will not be able to analyze your life or your situation.
You have to have measurable, seeable amounts of things that you can relate to why you are stressed.
Yes, something like that, that you have to be keen. So sort out your life. So what are the areas where I need to slow down? What are the areas that are challenging me? For example, you might feel that your work is stressful. It might not be that work. It might be you, that you are always procrastinating. Something that you should do now and you're not doing. So it might be your time management and not your work. You might feel that, oh, my children are always giving me stress. It might be that the way you talk to them is what the problem. You might be the problem. So what I'm saying is that sort objectively, be keen, so that you would know where the problems are. Because if you don't get it right from the beginning, you will start applying the wrong method, or you start treating the areas of your life where you don't even need to treat. Then the second thing is trash. The second thing, T, is trash.
Throw away.
Yes, throw away. There are so many things that people can actually throw away. You'll be amazed if you sit down, sort out your life, and look at those things. Look at those very unimportant self-imposed obligations, self-imposed responsibilities that you can trash. Trashing means throwing away. You can throw away some relationships. You can throw away some places. You can throw away some events. So, for example, if going to the Instagram gives you so much stress because you see a lot of your colleagues or a lot of people you think you should be in the same class, that they seem to be doing well, they are just trash Instagram for a while. You get what I'm saying? If you like to go to parties, or you feel obligated that everybody in your place of work, whenever they have something to do, you must buy the material. Yes. You know, if you feel obligated, you don't have to buy that material if you are not up to it. So who are you pleasing? You cannot be pleasing somebody and displeasing yourself or putting yourself under pressure. So trash those things that are not really important and focus on those things that are important. Then the third one, R, is retrain your mind, because stress starts in the mind. It's a perception of that demand or that challenge. So you train your mind to begin to analyze challenges objectively. You know, some people, you know, they don't see the glass as half full. They would see it as half empty. You know, that's allegory, the half full,
that's
half
right. So the half full person is more hopeful,
yes,
but the half empty is getting into
that
despair.
Person is already pessimistic from the start. So something happens. Look at it holistically. Don't pay attention only to the negative side. Do you understand what I'm saying? Don't pay attention only to the negatives. Look at the whole picture. So that is your perception. Then you train your emotions. Which emotions rule you? Don't allow negative emotions to rule you. You know, you can actually bring up positive emotions, because it is when you have positive emotions like contentment, hope, gratitude, joy, happiness, that you can actually think clearly. You know, positive emotions will broaden your thinking, so you can think outside the box. But if you are angry, you are frustrated, you are resentful, you are enraged, you would only be focused on that object. You have tunnel vision. So you are just facing a problem. You cannot think outside the box. So you'd retrain your mind, because the brain, the brain is the organ of the mind, and the brain is very neuroplastic. You can actually create new, positive, productive neural pathways that will make you to be able to think clearer.
Can you do this when you are an older person?
Yes, yes. You can train your brain at any time, although the ability to change your brain lessens as we age, but till death, the brain is still neuroplastic. So you can retrain that brain, so that you can even enlarge those areas of your brain that make you think clearly, so that you will see stress as challenges that you can manage and not as insurmountable threats. And then, you know, when you are in that state, then you'll be able to now make informed decisions about the best course of action.
When you said retrain the brain,
yes,
and expand the brain,
yes,
I'm very interested in expanding my brain. So, are you saying that we should just be thinking positive thoughts, and that's what expands your brain?
That is part of it.
And makes new pathways.
Yes, that is. It's like a mental exercise. Learn to be in the positive emotion, like gratitude. You can actually learn it. In the morning, think about 3 things that you are grateful for. Your life, the life of your children. Think about things. Then before you sleep, so it becomes a pattern. And then when you repeat things, the brain likes repetition. So when you repeat things, it now becomes second skin. So you just find yourself that you are confronted with a challenge. Instead of you to be just fuming, to be angry, to have lost hope, you are just grateful. So the effect, the stress that challenge should have put you under would not happen, because you have trained your mind, you know, to be in that positive position. So that is the R, retrain your mind.
We'll have to come back for the 2 S's after the break. Please stay with us if you don't want to miss the 2 S's. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We're talking about stress, and we're using stress as an acronym to explain how we can manage it. This is Health Matters on Channels Television. What are our 2 S's?
Okay, before the S, there's an E. E is establish a healthy lifestyle.
Okay.
E, establish a healthy lifestyle. And everybody knows what this is. Eat well, sleep well, make out time for relaxation and fun. Regularly detox, especially this digital life. Regularly do detox. Then the S is social support. See, we are social animals.
Friends and family.
That, you know, so you need people around you that can provide you with perspective, advice, emotional support. It's not only concrete help. It's not only money that it is until somebody can give you money. Then the last S is spirituality. Researchers have shown that people that have good, healthy spiritual life, that they actually experience less toxic stress. So what do I mean by spirituality? It's having meaning and purpose in life. So it gives you that coolness, that calmness. So you are not always fidgeting, you are not always fretting when you meet challenges.
But are there times when this goes beyond the person?
Definitely.
And the person has to come to the hospital?
Yes, correct. So if you have tried all these things and you are still experiencing those symptoms, then see your doctor. Don't self-medicate. Don't go and be drinking. Don't go and be smoking. Don't go and be doing what would even cause more harm.
What does the doctor do?
The doctor would of course evaluate you, will listen to you, talk to you. The job of the doctor is to identify your problems, to identify the sources, and to advise you. So sometimes it's not all time that the doctor would even give you medication. The doctor might just after evaluating your life, will just tell you, madam, don't you think you need to go and learn how to manage your finances? Don't you think you need to go and learn how to manage your relationships? Don't you think, because for example, let me just give an example, people don't even know what a healthy relationship is all about. Some people don't know it. A healthy relationship, there should be mutual respect. There should be healthy conflict resolution. Both parties should prioritize that relationship. It should be symbiotic. It shouldn't be parasitic. Some people don't know this. So they are always at the receiving end. They're always getting the short end of the stick. So, sometimes, so when you see your doctor would educate you, and then you would know what to do. So don't ever self-medicate. Don't start using sleeping tablets because you're not sleeping well. Don't go and buy appetite stimulants because you're not eating well. Don't do drugs. They only give you temporary relief, but they add much, much more to your problems.
So I saw something that, shocked me, that some people have stress from having nothing to do.
Yes.
No changes in life.
Correct.
Why?
Boredom is a negative emotion, and the body is not built to do nothing. So you are supposed to be productive as human beings. So because of that state of idleness, of boredom, the stress reaction is going to be invoked. So the body wants you to do something.
We have to stop there. Thank you so much. You're always so animated when you come. It was wonderful having you on the show.
Thank you.
Now, it's estimated that about 60,000 Nigerians spend an average of $20,000 per trip outside Nigeria for treatment every single year. The reasons are not far-fetched. People are looking for quality care with state-of-the-art equipment and experienced medical personnel. Some medical institutions and people are stepping up to the plate, like Evercare Hospital at Lekki, which has conducted several groundbreaking procedures in a short space of time. Let's listen to this report.
Within a period of 1 month, Evercare Hospital Lekki has recorded 3 groundbreaking moments. Open heart surgeries, spine surgeries, and an advanced first-of-its-kind pediatric surgery were all carried out at this state-of-the-art facility. The hospital's way of informing the public that they are more than capable to provide quality and accessible health care to patients.
Another milestone for us is the commencement of spine surgeries in the facility, with specialties in interventional spinal injections, decompression, and instrumental fusion surgeries. We have also recently carried out an advanced first-of-its-kind pediatric surgery. This was the first laparoscopic, thoracoscopic repair of esophageal atresia. This was done on a 3-day-old infant with a first-of-its-kind technique with this surgery in Nigeria and West Africa.
In our country and actually in West Africa, we usually make incisions on the chest wall of these patients, and we access the esophagus to repair the atresia. This is very devastating for the baby who is newly born and cannot swallow his or her own saliva. This will lead to a division of the muscles of the chest, after which this patient will have a turbulent post-operative period usually, and when they make it, they tend to have chest wall deformities. However, with minimal access, which we did at Evercare, there is little or no telltale signs that this patient had surgery.
The 165-bed multi-specialty tertiary care private hospital is now fully equipped with modern infrastructure and surgical equipment.
We started last year with surgeries which was done on the lumbar spine for patients who develop infection in the spine, which causes the stability of the spine and severe pain, preventing them from ambulation. Another case which was done is a very interesting case when the patient came with a difficulty of walking and using the hands, cannot feed herself, cannot hold anything in her hands. We came and removed whole vertebra in a cervical spine, which was fully filled with cancerous cells. Then we took the bone from the patient pelvis bone and inserted in the cervical spine and put a plate and screws to hold the spine together. The surgery went extremely well. The patient was discharged from the hospital in 1 week.
There is also assurance from the medical team to provide exceptional care for patients.
We have all the infrastructure which is required for the care in ICU. We have that. We have trained our staff in to look after these patients, and the good results will only come with full teamwork. We have excellent physiotherapy department.
One of the greatest challenges patients have about cardiac surgery is they've heard that, look, this is a major surgery and people die, and people can die from it. Everywhere in the world, that fear is always there because you have to be connected to a bypass machine. So the bypass machine takes over the function of the heart and the lungs. So we stop the heart, stop the lungs, and the bypass does everything, and then we can now work on the heart. And when we finish, we start the heart again, return the function of the heart and the lungs back to the patient. So when I was discussing this with the patient, I remember vividly, this man, he broke down and started crying. And the wife was consoling him. He said if he dies, he does not know what the wife would do because the wife can't live without him. After the surgery, 5 days later, I think he was discharged. And yesterday we still saw him. He's doing well. He's gone back to work. The beauty of this is that people can return to their normal life after the surgeries.
With the clinical milestones achieved by Evercare Hospital Lekki within the short period of its commissioning, the healthcare facility is on its way to transforming the traditional model of treatment by ensuring quality improvement.
Well, we are very proud of those among us who are reducing medical tourism, brain drain, death, and disability. Kudos to them. That has been the show. It's been Health Matters. Have a wonderful day. I am Mary Alale Yusuf.